Here is your The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Monday, October 13th, 2025. Back at Brooks, everyone expressed sympathy for everything Will endured at Luna's hand. Ridge stated the obvious and said, "Procreating with a killer is never a good idea." Everyone seemed confident that with Bridget administering the test, the results would be accurate. Taylor questioned what the idea of Will and Luna co-parenting would even look like. Ridge told everyone to stop thinking negatively. It could be good news, and he might not be the father. He also wondered why there was so much discourse about the paternity. Ridge said Luna was going back to prison regardless, so it didn't matter. When Taylor agreed that Luna should be locked up, Brooke pointed out that she should also face punishment for Will's sexual assault. Taylor wondered if carrying Will's baby would buy Luna a bit more time, but Ridge said it would get her an extra 8 or 9 months at best. Everyone debated how Luna should be handled, but Ridge sauntered over to Finn and asked him for his thoughts. To Ridge's relief, Finn ensured he would never waver from the reality of what Luna did and the need to send her back to prison. Brooke got a text update from Bridget with the paternity test results, and she confirmed Will was the father. Everyone seemed stunned, but also concerned about how this would impact things moving forward. Ridge questioned if there could be any error with the results, but Finn flexed his medical knowledge and cited the current sophistication of technology. Ridge announced that while it sucked for Will's family, he knew what he had to do moving forward and left the room to make a phone call. Taylor believed the next step for everyone was to decide what happened next with Steffi. They thought Ridge stepped away to inform authorities that Luna was alive. Everyone agreed it was the best option for Steffi and the kids to feel safer when they return home. Finn couldn't make sense of how the person they had discussed throughout the ordeal was his daughter. Still, he knew wholeheartedly that Luna was a dangerous threat that needed to be sent back to prison. Steffi was in a safe place before this, and he didn't want that taken from her. Will and his family awaited the results of the paternity test, and they all hoped he wouldn't be revealed as the father of Luna's baby. Luna remained confident that she had nothing to hide and was indeed carrying a Spencer child. Will begged Bridget to tell him he wasn't the father, and everyone in the room grew tense, except Luna. Everyone pestered Bridget for the answers to the test, but unfortunately, she confirmed Will as the father. Bill asked her to run the rest for a second time, but she assured him there was no possibility of a false reading. Katie comforted Will and promised that they'd work through everything together as a family. Luna gloated in everyone's face about how a mother knows these types of things. She told Will and his parents, "A mother knows, a woman knows. This is what I've been trying to tell you all along. I love Will. He's the only guy for me, and now you guys know what I've known since I took the first test." An assortment of emotions filled the Spencer mansion. Bill was irate. Will was perplexed. Luna expressed how she was going to get sick. Nobody took the news well, except for Luna, who proved she was telling the truth, regardless of how unfortunate it was. Will put his arms around Electra, while everyone listened as Luna ranted about how great this outcome was for everyone. Bridget tried to comfort everyone in the room, and Luna thanked her, saving her life. She felt like Bridget was responsible not only for rescuing her at the hospital, but with the paternity test. After Bridget left, Luna attempted to rally the room, but Katie shut her down. She shouted, "I don't want to hear a single word that comes out of your mouth." This was quickly followed by Will, who added, "Shut your mouth, Luna." Luna asked the room to spare a bit of joy and happiness, and she urged Bill to remember how she previously expressed a desire to be a better mother than her own. Luna showed interest in making things official with Will and hinted at a future wedding. Bill and Electra both scoffed at the notion, and everyone asserted the idea that they'd never be a family. Luna was at least somewhat self-aware, and she noted how much everyone in the room hated her guys. However, she stuck to her delusions and insisted Will would eventually come around. She felt as if the baby was her second chance at life, but nobody took her seriously. The tension was palpable, as each face that glared at her was more disgusted than the one before it. The life was completely sucked out of the room at Bill's house after the paternity results. Bill broke down and apologized to Will for being unable to protect him from Luna. He admitted his past faults and said, "I have made some big mistakes in my life. Big ones. But this!" Before he finished his rant, he lunged at Luna, but Katie and Will fended him off. Katie acknowledged Bill's anger, but she reminded him that she was still pregnant with their grandchild. Luna thanked Katie for accepting the situation, but Katie warned her not to get too comfortable. Katie reached a breaking point and had Luna examine the reality before her. She told Luna, "I will never accept you. You will never be a part of my son's life. Take a look around, Luna. Do any of us look happy? Look at Will. Does he look happy to be having a child with you?" However, Luna said nothing would change the fact that she carried a Spencer inside of her. Will admitted that Luna disgusted him, and he clung to hope that he wouldn't be the father. Luna said she had the next Spencer heir inside of her, and the baby was the ticket to her future. Nobody seemed to understand the level of delusion exhibited by Luna. Luna asked for Electra to chime in, but before she had the opportunity, Chief Detective Baker stormed the Spencer mansion and exclaimed, "Luna Nozowa, you are under arrest." Luna feigned ignorance, and she tried to defend herself to the police, but she shrugged away the arresting officer and ranted all of the reasons why she'd never return to prison. She told Baker, "I'm not going back there. No, I'm not going back to that nasty place because I am pregnant now, and it's not just with any baby, it's Will's. It's Bill and Katie's grandchild. I'm carrying a Spencer." Baker didn't care who the father of her baby was and reiterated that she would be sent back to prison. Luna believed Bill was responsible for phoning the police, but Electra finally spoke up and admitted she was the one who notified the authorities. She called Luna a sociopathic criminal and reminded her that she would never be in Will's life, even if she had his baby. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for Monday, October 13th reveal there's going to be a lot of excitement and twists. For one thing, Bridget Forrester announces the DNA test results of Luna Nozowa's baby. Then, Deputy Chief Bradley Baker turns up to arrest the dead pregnant fugitive. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera, Luna Nozowa's paternity test. Let's start off with Luna, who is waiting for the baby's paternity results. The girl keeps saying that Will Spencer is the father. The manipulator didn't really flinch when the DNA test was thrown at her without any notice. As everyone waits, Bridget processes the results right there at the Spencer mansion. However, the look on Bridget's face is clear. The paternity test shows Will is the father of Luna's unborn child. Electra Forrester reacts. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan will be horrified. Will won't know what to do, and as for Electra Forrester, she could run. Electra and Ivy Forrester know it might be too much for the young jewelry designer to take. While Will doesn't want anything to do with Luna, the baby does change things. So, we will have to see if Electra will stick with Will, or if they part ways. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker returns. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, October 13th reveal that Baker returns once again. This time, the man will arrive at the Spencer mansion to arrest Luna and take her back to prison. This will come as a shock to Luna, who thought the baby would keep her out of prison. With how cleverly Luna sneaks out, she can't be trusted to stay out of trouble during the pregnancy. Monday, October 13th, 2025. However, just because Luna goes back to prison doesn't mean the drama is over. For one thing, Katie suggests adopting the child and protecting it from Luna. However, it's unlikely that Luna will agree to give up her child to Bill and Katie. That child is her leverage, her freedom ticket. There is also John Finnegan's struggle. While everyone thinks Steffi Forrester Finnegan shouldn't be told about Luna until she's safely behind bars, what if there is another escape? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, October 13th, 2025? Luna's recent storyline on The Bold and the Beautiful is unorthodox, and that's putting it mildly. From a prison pardon to a faked death to a baby from sexual assault, Luna's making everyone's lives difficult, including viewers, who are asked to suspend disbelief. However, despite the foolishness, a bright spot this week was the performance of Tanner Novlan's Finn as he struggled with his daughter's return to the living. Since learning that Sheila Carter was his birth mother, Finn has historically struggled with maintaining a necessary distance from the danger that she brings. This has proven to be just as important with Luna, since she carries the same danger level as her grandmother. This week, Luna blindsided her father, surprising him at work, hoping for a joyful reunion. Novlin expertly portrayed the complex feelings facing Finn, because while she still presents an active danger, she's also his daughter. On several occasions in the past, Finn lowered his guard and let Sheila back into his orbit. Naturally, Steffi was vehemently against having Sheila anywhere near herself or their children, but still Finn couldn't help himself. There was a gravitational pull between him and his mother that prevented him from going completely no contact. Now that Luna is a free woman, not only does she expect Finn to be happy she's still alive, but she clearly wants him to be a part of her baby's life. Novlin had the difficult task of showcasing the conflicted emotions that come with a daughter like Luna. He was able to express relief that his daughter didn't meet such a violent end, but also the unresolved anger stemming from her atrocities. One of Finn's most cutting lines this week took place shortly after Luna dropped by his office with her life-changing revelation. He told her, "I'm just curious how you're gonna do all of that when you're locked in a prison cell. You pulled a gun on Steffi, Luna. You shot Sheila and Liam." In that moment, Finn showcased a new side of himself. He was finally standing up for his family. For once, no waffle or waver could be found in his voice, which is something he failed to do in the past. Once Finn solidified his stance against Luna and opted for her to be sent back to prison, he was left with another battle of internal turmoil. His next great challenge will be to decide whether or not it's time to tell Steffi that her greatest fear has come to fruition, or if he should continue to keep her in the dark. With her return looming, he will need to make a quick decision. Novlin perfectly played the stages of Finn's torment, with his facial expressions capturing the impossibility of the situation. In a week that had a ridiculous storyline take center stage, he made the most of the material provided. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that there could be a silver lining in Luna Nozawa's baby storyline. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan announced they will get custody of the baby once it's born. This baby might be conceived from trickery and assault, but it could bring Beatty together again. Let's talk about what could happen next in the CBS soap opera. Luna Nozawa's trickery. Luna is pregnant and is having a paternity test right now to determine if Will Spencer is the father. B&B spoilers confirm that Bridget Forrester will have to announce that the paternity test shows Luna is telling the truth. That remains to be determined, as she could have still pulled something. In any case, Luna thinks that the paternity test will keep her out of prison. However, she's wrong about that as Deputy Chief Bradley Baker shows up to arrest her. Will Spencer's nightmare. Meanwhile, Bill and Katie will try to assure Will that they will do whatever they can to solve this situation. There is no way Will is going to raise the baby, as it would be a daily reminder of the assault. Will could also lose Electra Forrester and is literally just getting his career off the ground. Katie Logan's announcement, The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers reveal that on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, Luna is informed that Bill and Katie plan to take custody of her baby. This is not what Luna had in mind when planning this scheme. Luna might not agree with Beatty taking her baby, but I'm not sure what rights prisoners have when they are incarcerated. Katie is determined to make sure that the child is protected from Luna. That would keep the child in the family, but Luna isn't the only person they need to worry about. Penelope, Poppy, Nozawa, John, Finn, Finnegan, Lee Finnegan, me, and Sheila Carter Sharp could have their own ideas of what should happen to the baby. Meanwhile, Will has a lot to process. This baby is part of Will, so he won't want to completely abandon the child. So it sounds like Katie does have a good solution to this problem. It would allow Will to know his child without having to give up his whole life. Bill Spencer's family reunites? The Spencer family has a lot of power and money, so I'm sure they will end up getting custody if that's what Katie wants to do. Even though the brunette has been hesitant when Bill brings up their connection, the baby could bring them back together. Katie will need help raising this child and making sure Luna never has contact with the child. On The Bold and the Beautiful, young murderess Luna Nozawa has developed a pattern of going after Spencer men. Bill was the first one she wanted, and now she's pursuing his youngest son, Will. If for some bizarre reason she doesn't end up back in prison permanently, then that puts a big question in our minds. Will Liam become the next object of Luna's obsession? In 2024, on The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna became emotionally attached to Bill when there was speculation about whether or not Bill was her father. He was involved with her mother, Poppy, and he welcomed both Nozawa women into his home, wanting the three of them to live as a family. Luna got Poppy out of the way by framing her for the murders of Tom and Hollis, murders that Luna herself committed. She secretly hoped to become the new lady in Bill's life. When Luna kissed Bill, he was stunned. We wondered why on earth he didn't ask her to move out. Steffi caught her kissing him a second time. Luna drugged her and locked her in a cage. Thankfully, Finn saved Steffi, and Luna went to prison. Unfortunately, Bill took pity on her because of her unstable childhood, so he arranged for her to be pardoned. Once Bill got Luna pardoned on The Bold and the Beautiful and kicked her out of his mansion, she quickly set her sights on another Spencer, Will. One of Luna's patterns is that she's drawn to men who are involved with someone else. Interestingly, she hasn't orchestrated any schemes to eliminate Will's girlfriend, Electra, but her plot to sexually assault him, get pregnant with his baby, and weasel her way into the rich Spencer family has shown us how sick and deranged she is and the extremes she will go to, just so she can live the good life. Electra should be worried that Luna might kill her or find another way to eliminate her from Will's life. If Luna had no qualms about framing her own mother for murder to get her out of Bill's life, then who knows what sinister plan she might have in store for Electra. We hope Bill and Katie turn Luna into the cops, Spencer baby or not, but we have a bad feeling she's going to get a free pass again. Somehow. If she does, will she then move on to the next Spencer man? Liam? Luna never cares that the Spencer men aren't interested in her. Since Liam wants to reunite with Hope, it would make sense if Luna goes after him next. That would meet Luna's 3 requirements. Liam is a Spencer man, he has a woman in his life, and he doesn't want Luna. Even though Liam shot Luna to protect Steffi, Luna would probably overlook it. After all, she doesn't seem to care that Will once wore a wire and tried to trap her into confessing her plan to shoot Steffi. So, in her disturbed mind, why would she care that Liam shot her? It wouldn't stop her from pursuing him. Let's hope she doesn't, though, since we already sat through the storyline of Quinn holding amnesiac Liam prisoner in a cabin in 2016 pretending they were married and claiming their names were Adam and Eve. Liam doesn't need any more craziness in his life, especially after the recent storyline where Grace scammed him into thinking he had a brain tumor. Even though Luna seems obsessed with the Spencer family because of Bill's wealth, it also feels like her obsession leads back to Bill himself. She feels connected to him because he had an unhappy childhood like she did. Maybe she thinks that bonds them forever, like a weird blood oath, and that's why she's so determined to become a part of his family somehow. As much as we love Bill's son, Wyatt, and his portrayer, Darren Brooks, we feel like Wyatt is safer living far away from LA for the time being. At least until Luna is behind bars again. We have no doubt she will eventually pursue him too, if he returns. At Bill's place, Bridget has administered the paternity test, and Will pleads with her, tell him he's not the father. As they drag it out, everyone in the room has something to say. Finally, Bridget nods and says, Will, you're the father. Will rants, No! That test is wrong. Bill orders her to run it again, but Bridget explains there's no need. Stepping into the spotlight, Luna declares, A mother knows. She tells Will they're going to be a family, which prompts Electra to announce that she's going to be sick. Luna makes puppy dog eyes about their sweet, innocent little baby. At Brooks' place, she, Ridge, Finn, and Taylor recap that Luna violated Will and might be carrying his baby. Taylor's glad that Luna can't manipulate the results. Brooke hopes Will's not tied to Luna for the rest of his life. She goes on about how crushed everyone would be. Ridge doesn't care whose kid it is. Luna's going back to jail. She'll be far away from Steffi and Electra. Ridge wonders how Finn feels about putting Luna back in prison. The doctor insists his priority is Steffi and the children. Just then, Brooke gets word that Will is the father, leading to grim faces all around. The news is so shocking that Ridge even has sympathy for Bill. He also knows what he needs to do moving forward, and pulls out his phone. After Ridge leaves the room, Taylor declares that it's time to tell Steffi about Luna. They'll all be safe since Luna will be off the streets. Finn can't believe the person they're all talking about, his daughter. She's sick and dangerous and needs to be put away. Just then, Ridge reappears, mumbling that he had something to take care of. Back at Bill's place, Bridget prepares to leave, and Luna thanks her for helping to save her life in the hospital. She did it again today. Unimpressed, Bridget tells her goodbye. After Brooke's daughter is gone, Luna starts to talk, but both Katie and Will warn her to shut up. Luna prods them to feel some joy. When she refers to herself as their future daughter-in-law, Elektra gets involved. Bill informs Luna that she's delusional. Undeterred, Luna insists that she and Will are going to be doing this together. She's sure Will is going to come around. As Luna gazes at a framed photo of Will on the mantel, Bill apologizes to his son for not protecting him from that predator. As he rages about Luna targeting his son, Will and Katie have to hold him back. Katie reminds him that Luna is carrying their grandchild. Luna thanks her for accepting the situation. Katie turns on her. "I will never accept you. You will never be a part of my son's life." Luna, deluded, repeats that she's carrying a little Spencer inside of her. Will gets in her face to rant that she disgusts him. Luna reminds him they had sex, and they're going to have an amazing life with the baby. As Luna asks Elektra if she has anything to say, Deputy Chief Baker walks in and informs Luna that she's under arrest for kidnapping and attempted murder at the beach house. Luna repeatedly fights off the cops' attempts to cuff her and rambles that she's not going back to prison. She's carrying a Spencer baby. Baker sneers that he couldn't care less. Luna pleads with Will, Bill, and Katie, who all just look at her without a word. She thinks they called the cops. Elektra tells her, "It was me." She'll finally be locked in a cold cell, like the sociopathic criminal they all know she is. You may be carrying Will's child, but you will never be in his life. The Bold and the Beautiful borders for the next 3 weeks suggest some crazy curveballs. From October 13th to 31, fans can expect Deke and Sharp to be divided in a love triangle. Deke Sharp probably gets the job, but he's keeping 2 huge secrets. Plus, Bill Spencer and Katie Logan are on track to reunite as well as planning a risky adoption. So let's get started. Luna Nozawa's fate. Before getting to the 3-weekers, let's talk about what is coming up during the week of October 13th. First up, we have Luna, who will have to face Deputy Chief Bradley Baker. This is going to be a surprise for Luna, who thought Will Spencer being her baby daddy would give her a life of luxury. Instead, she's going back to prison. Bill Spencer will likely make arrangements so Luna is unharmed during the pregnancy. Perhaps she will get put in isolation for 9 months. Meanwhile, can Will and Elektra Forrester survive this? Although Elektra might run now, she could reunite with Will eventually. Risky adoption plan. Bill and Katie Logan plan on adopting Luna's baby. However, there could be complications if Luna challenges the adoption. There is also Lee Finnegan and Sheila Cart-Sharp. The 2 grandmothers could contest the adoption as well. Despite John Finnegan wanting his daughter behind bars, will Lee's explanation change anything for him? We will also have Deacon, who will get closer to Taylor Hayes. Hope Logan will go over designer applications. It seems that Hope will pick Deke, but he's holding 2 very big secrets. Deke will also get to know Elektra. Week of October 20th, 2025. There should be news of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. However, when the brunette returns home, Finn is going to have to explain things to her. Despite Luna being back behind bars, Steffi could once again see her everywhere. Deacon will continue to feel torn between Taylor and Sheila. While the old Sheila would have gone after Taylor, this one makes a gentle urging to her husband instead. What happens if Deacon chooses Taylor, though? Deacon's love saved and reformed Sheila. So what happens when he's gone? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Next 3 weeks. There could be scenes showing a much more pregnant Luna in jail. Bill and Katie might go to the prison to check on the progress of the pregnancy. Beatty could also get lawyers involved regarding custody of the baby. We should get an update on Deacon's love triangle. Plus, Carter Walton has moved on with Daphne Rose. Meanwhile, Hope and Liam Spencer are on track to reunite. As Bold and Beautiful's Spencer family awaits the results of the paternity test on Luna's suddenly 7 weeks along pregnancy, we can promise the fallout from the reveal will all but turn the canvas upside down, as the merry murderess verges on getting everything her cold little heart deals. Immerse, including, but not limited to, the support of her father, Finn. There was no mistaking the look on Bridget's face at the end of Friday's episode, or in the previews for next week. Will's getting his Maury moment and is about to find out that he is the father of Luna's baby. This will likely spell CURTAINS for Will's relationship with his girlfriend, who has already had Aunt Ivy in her ear, all but trying to talk her out of standing by her man. Once it's confirmed that he'll be tied to psychopath Luna for life, we'd expect Ivy to double down on her warnings until Elektra bows out. But will Luna's prediction that her victim will fall for her because of the baby come true? We fervently hope not to see someone fall for their rapist in the year 2025. But given this is a soap opera, and one that's known for pushing the envelope specifically, it's a definite possibility. What about Luna's desire to live in the lap of luxury at the Spencer mansion? Well, Bold and Beautiful spoilers tell us that Deep Chief Baker arrests Luna again this week. But as we know all too well, that doesn't mean she'll stay locked up, or even make it to the state prison. Bill may have warned that he wouldn't get Luna pardoned again, but what if her influential doctor father was able to pull some strings? What? You're probably thinking, but Finn was among the first to want her back behind bars. Yes, he was. But Bold and Beautiful logic is not that of the real world, and we expect a twist. You see, on Bold and Beautiful, a pregnancy changes everything. The prospect of a grandchild changes everything. Finn hasn't missed a single opportunity to vocalize his disappointment about not being able to raise Luna and exert his good influence over her. So, although his knee-jerk reaction has been to put his daughter back behind bars, the good doctor is unlikely to wave off a chance for a do-over with his grandchild should the idea take hold. If our hunch is correct, Finn will be the one to step in this time, perhaps after Katie and Bill threaten Luna, to protect his grandchild at any cost. Once the lunatic has her father on side, if she's able to lure Will in by convincing him to do the right thing by their baby, the cushy life at the Spencer mansion is sure to come along in due time. Bottom line, Bridget's anticipated reveal that Will is the father of Luna's unborn child would put the psycho/killer rapist on the precipice of getting everything she wants. What or who could possibly stop her? Well, that's a story for another day. Will Bridget be honest about Luna's paternity test results? Are the Spencers about to welcome a new member into their family on The Bold and the Beautiful? That's what everyone is wondering as Bridget reveals the test results on Luna's baby. However, some fans believe that the results can't be trusted. The paternity of Luna's baby is a hot topic among B&B fans. Most don't believe Will is the father. However, many worry there's a possibility he is. Will and the Spencers finally get the results when Bridget announces them this week. Katie enlisted Bridget's assistance in performing the DNA test. Since Luna has a history of tampering with paternity tests, Katie wanted to make sure the results were accurate. Yet some fans believe that Bridget and Katie can't be trusted. On Reddit, a theory suggests that the two women may lie about the test results. Katie and Bridget might fake the results and gaslight Luna into thinking she slept with someone else that night, and Will isn't the father, the poster wrote. The theory went on to speculate that Will would eventually learn of his mom and Bridget's secret. Meanwhile, Luna will fret that she's like her mother, Poppy. Katie. Lying about Luna's paternity test results would be a huge shock since the Logan sister is about honesty. But Katie's desperate to get rid of Luna, and desperate times call for desperate measures. B&B fans know that there are many twists in paternity storylines, and Luna and Will's is far from over. No matter what Bridget's results reveal, Luna's going to continue her reign of terror. She's determined to break up Will and Elektra and have him for herself. She believes that her little bundle of joy is the key to bringing her and Will together. But if Katie has her way, there won't be a future for Luna and Will. The protective mother will make sure Luna is out of her son's life for good. Whether Katie's methods include sending Luna back to prison or altering DNA test results remains to be seen. Yet, one thing's for certain, it'll be the battle of the mamas as Katie and Luna clash. B&B must-watch moments for Tuesday reveal a day of emotional fallout as Deacon seeks help for his failing marriage to Sheila. Katie delivers shocking news to Luna about her baby, and Finn makes it clear that justice must be served. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Tuesday, October 14th, include Katie shocking Luna with the detail that she and Bill will get custody of her baby, as Finn reveals he wants justice served when it comes to his wayward oldest child. Plus, Deacon turns to Taylor for help with his marriage to Sheila. Katie stunned Brooke and Ridge when she revealed that Luna was still alive. The revelation left them speechless, especially after Katie explained that Lee had secretly saved Luna's life and allowed everyone to mourn her as dead. Lee had carried the weight of that secret for months. Her guilt only intensified after Luna manipulated Will, triggering a violent confrontation that spiraled out of control. Overcome by rage, Lee lashed out and tried to strangle her niece, until Will and Bill pulled her away. The moment was thick with irony, given that Bill had been the one to secure Luna's release from prison and place her under house arrest earlier in the year. Sheila found out that Luna was alive, and she kept Lee's big secret from everyone, including Deacon. When he realized what a lie Sheila told him, it shook Deacon's faith in their marriage. Bridget arrived at Bill's house with the paternity test results that everyone had been waiting for. As tension filled the room, Will pleaded with her to say he wasn't the father of Luna's baby, while Luna's knowing smirk told a different story. Katie and Bill watched anxiously, bracing for whatever truth Bridget was about to reveal. The truth is, Will is the baby's father. Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, 9631. Deacon reaches out for help with his marriage to Sheila. Katie shocks Luna when she tells her that she and Bill will get custody of her baby. Finn confirms he wants justice no matter what. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Deke Sharp visited Hope Logan about a job with Hope for the future. However, Deke took several photos of Hope's designs and sketches. Is Deke trying to help Hope or steal her designs? Deke says he likes those designs, but let's be honest, those belong to someone else, and he certainly cannot take credit for them. If Deke gets the job at Forrester Creations, these designs could be a huge problem. Can Deke change things enough that it doesn't look like he's copying someone else's designs? Deke has come to Forrester fresh out of design school, and Hope certainly needs a designer. Hope worked well with Thomas Forrester for years. However, he has now moved to France. Will Deke be able to work with Hope making beautiful designs on his own? Can Deke make Hope for the future a success once again? Deke has made it to LA after getting out of design school. Now Deke needs to find his own way in the fashion world, and this could be it. However, Deke seems to be acting very strange, like he doesn't like Hope's designs. He picks out certain ones that are okay. Can Hope get across to Deke what she always had with Thomas? Deke has reunited with his sister and touched base with him. Hope mentioned to Deke that she needed a designer. Deke was excited to talk about designs with Hope. Deke wants to move closer to urban chic. Hope certainly needs a new designer, but things are awkward with Thomas. Hope needs someone she can be creative with. Hope mentioned that the applicants are anonymous. The minute Hope left the room, Deke started snapping photos of dresses, sketches, and designs. These designs are property of Forrester Creations, no matter who made them. They still belong to someone else. Later in the week, Hope will go through the portfolios with Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan. Will Deke get picked as the new designer? Deke wants to be brilliant for Hope. However, it could be more of a mess than anyone wants to consider. What if Hope wants to use those designs out of Deke's portfolio? Deke may feel honored about this, but what if someone recognizes those designs? Deke could be putting the line in danger even though it just got restarted. Hope for the future could be accused of stealing designs. Hope has no idea what Deke has done, so she would have no idea what he is referring to. Will Deke prove that his designs were inspired by someone else, or will he be accused of stealing designs? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint at some bombshells on the horizon during the week of October 13th, 17, plus a flurry of casting activity. LA can be a revolving door at times, with characters debuting only to exit and then to return again. So, who's coming and who's going? over the next 5 days? Time to find out. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for next week hint that Ashley Jones will be back as Dr. Bridget Forrester. Fans can expect to see her interact with Katie Logan, Will Spencer, Bill Spencer, and Luna Nozawa during the Monday, October 13th and Tuesday, October 14th episodes, as Luna's pregnancy and the paternity of her baby take center stage in storylines again. Speaking of Luna, things will escalate for her as Deputy Chief Baker will also appear on the Monday and Tuesday shows, as actor Dan Martin reprised the role. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of October 13-17 note that other familiar faces will resurface as Luna's pregnancy storyline continues to build momentum. Luna's grandmother, Dr. Lee Finnegan, will reappear during the Friday, October 17th show, as Naomi Matsuda will reprise the role. Plus, Lee's sister and Luna's mom, Poppy Nozawa, played by Romy Parks, will also be seen on Friday's show. Finally, in some non-Luna-related news, Alexis Go will be seen this week, as she steps back into the role of Petra, a Forrester Creations model. B&B fans can expect to see her strutting her stuff during the Wednesday, October 15th episode. It sounds like the next 5 days will be jam-packed with some interesting moments. So are you pumped about the week of October 13th to 17? What storyline are you looking forward to most? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks suggest some curveballs and twists. From October 13th to 24, Bill Spencer and Katie Logan make plans to adopt Luna Nozawa's baby. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp is torn between Taylor Hayes and Sheila Carter Sharp. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Before getting to the 2-weekers, let's start off by talking about what is coming up from October 13th to 17. Bridget Forrester has performed a paternity test on Luna's baby. Fans will see the results in Monday's episode. Based on the weekly spoilers, it sounds like Will Spencer is the father of Luna's unborn child. That will create complications with Elektra Forrester. Even though she loves Will so much, Elektra isn't sure she can handle him having a baby with Luna. Luna really thought that having Will's baby would keep her out of prison. So, imagine her surprise when Deputy Chief Bradley Baker shows up to arrest her. When Baker arrives to arrest Luna, Bill and Katie drop a shocking announcement. The former couple will announce that they plan to take custody of the baby once it's born. That was not part of Luna's plan at all. Fans can also expect Brooke Logan Forrester to talk to Ridge Forrester about Taylor's future. Taylor and Deacon are bonding through their therapy sessions. However, when Sheila catches Deacon hugging Taylor and saying he needs her, the waitress is devastated. She won't give up, though. Instead of resorting to scheming, it appears that Sheila will just be honest and open her heart to Deacon. A photo shows Deacon seemingly torn when looking at Sheila. So, which woman will he end up with? John Finn Finnegan demands answers from Lee Finnegan. Then, Finn will continue to struggle whether to tell Steffi Forrester Finnegan the truth. At Forrester Creations, a photo shows Hope, Brooke, Ridge, and Carter Walton looking through designer applications. Deke Sharp has made sure that his application gets picked. Later, Deke introduces himself to Elektra. Will Deke slip and mention his lover's name is Remy Price. During the week of October 20th, Luna's fate will be a little more clear. Will she go back to prison or find a way to escape? Deacon will face a love triangle between Taylor and Sheila. While Sheila wants her husband back, is that marriage over? Steffi should also come home soon, so let's see what happens when she finds out about everything that's happened. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most in the next 2 weeks? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The results are in: Will's going to be a father, while Luna claims she's a changed woman. In the October 13th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, the paternity test results came in. Unsurprisingly, Will is the father. But it's not what happened next that has us buzzing. It's what Luna said that left us wondering about her intentions for getting pregnant. Katie and Bill took Luna's situation into their own hands. They enlisted Bridget to conduct the paternity test. Lo and behold, the test results revealed that Will is the father of Luna's baby. She got everything she wanted. But did she, really? Luna realized that not everyone was happy about her baby news. Instead of feeling vindicated, she was overcome with emotion. Luna tearfully admitted that she has changed now that she is a mother. Katie told Luna that she didn't want to hear a word that came out of her mouth. Will told her to shut up. But what is Luna's end goal on B&B? Luna maintained that she's a changed woman. She explained that her traumatic childhood was the reason why she killed, kidnapped, and assaulted people. However, she no longer wants to do that. She has a new lease on life, but that might be too late. Luna will need to figure out how to become a mother behind bars, all by herself. Deputy Chief Baker showed up to arrest Luna. It was initially assumed that Ridge called the authorities upon learning that she was pregnant with Will's child. However, he confirmed that neither Bill, Katie, Will, nor Ridge called him. In a surprise twist, Electra was the one who made the call. She wanted to take matters into her own hands so that Luna wouldn't be a threat to her relationship with Will anymore. Finally, she was getting what she wanted, which was revenge on Luna for causing havoc and heartbreak. What will Luna do now? Will she try to escape prison? Will she work hard to prove that she has changed? Or will she go back to her villainous ways? Luna claims she's going to be a proud mom with Will by her side. But is a happy family what she really wants? Or is this just another distraction to avoid jail? Most of the storylines on The Bold and the Beautiful have wrapped up quickly, except the one involving Luna. She's currently pregnant and claims the child belongs to Will. But what's her ultimate goal? Does she want to lock him down, or does she want to stay out of jail? Luna is one of the most dangerous villains to have on the show. Not only has she added to her body count, but she also assaulted Will. But in her mind, they have a beautiful love story. Luna is confident that she's carrying his child, which she believes he'll fall in love with once it's born. Her delusions could stem from a personality disorder or mental illness. Not only is Luna dangerous, but she's also manipulative, creative, and tricky. She believes in her love story, even though the truth is that Will has no interest in her, let alone being attracted to her. He's in love with Electra, who he's crazy about. So what is Luna's end goal? Does she plan to have a happy ending with Will, or does she just want to avoid jail? We can't see Luna actually settling down and becoming a mom, but who knows? This is a soap after all. Bill and Katie arranged for Luna to undergo a paternity test. They wanted to take matters into their own hands. However, the B&B video preview doesn't bode well for the Spencers. Bridget has a disappointing look on her face, which could suggest that Luna's carrying Will's child. Does this mean that Luna will escape jail? Does she think that she'll finally get what she wants, which is Will? He's not going to give her the light of day, even if she is carrying his child. Clearly, this Luna storyline will have no end in sight. It will continue to shake up the various families in Los Angeles, including the Spencers, Forresters, and Finnegans. No matter what Luna does, she'll manage to get off the hook with no legal consequences. However, B&B viewers are wondering when her storyline is coming to an end. When she finds herself in a desperate situation, she'll become her most dangerous self and likely put someone else in danger. Could it be Will? Or could she end up putting her own baby in danger since it can no longer provide her with a ticket out of jail? As we know, Luna wants something until it's of no use to her anymore. She could end up doing what Bill wanted her to do in the first place, which suggests her storyline could take a dark turn. What do you think Luna's end goal is? Do you think she really wants to have a baby with Will? Or do you think she just wants to escape jail for as much as possible? Sound off below in the comments section. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that the one good thing that could come from Luna Nozawa's baby being Will Spencer's child could have one important point. Could this baby be the one thing that reunites Bill Spencer and Katie Logan? Luna is pregnant, and fans know that she is about to find out if Will Spencer is the father. Bridget Forrester performed the paternity test, and Bridget got them back Friday. Luna is convinced that the test will show that the baby belongs to Will. It remains to be seen what, if anything, Luna has done to influence the outcome of the test. Luna believes that this pregnancy is going to keep her out of prison. Unfortunately, Luna realizes she is wrong when Chief Detective Bake shows up to arrest her. Has Bill arranged for special housing in prison, even if the baby belongs to Will? Will Spencer feels like he cannot get past this living nightmare. Will does not want a child with Luna. Will is not going to raise this child that was created from an assault. Bill and Katie will make sure of this. Will could lose Electra Forrester because of this child. Will Bill and Katie grow closer while trying to protect their son? On October 14th, Luna will learn that the plan is for Katie and Bill to take custody of Luna's child when it is born. This is far from what Luna had in mind about this child. Luna may not like this, but she may not have any alternative. What is Will gives up his rights to the child. Perhaps Will has a choice is who raises the kid, no matter how she got pregnant. Penelope Poppy Nozawa, John Finn Finnegan, Lee Finnegan, and Sheila Carter Sharp are all related to this child as well. Any one of them may try to take the child as well. However, it will doubtfully help them because of the past and how that child was conceived. Perhaps Bill will want his father and mother to take care of the baby as he tries to get close to a child he never wanted. Will Kate and Bill raise this baby for them? The Spencer family has money and power, and they can move mountains when it comes to the baby. Getting custody of the baby should not be a problem. Katie has been putting Bill off for a long time. However, giving this baby a family could certainly bring them back together. Will Katie and Bill work together to raise this baby and keep it safe from Luna? Will Katie and Bill fall in love again because of this innocent child? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers document that Hope Logan loves one man and has for years. Liam Spencer loved two women, one of whom is Hope. Carter Walton was endorsed by Liam as the new man in Hope's life. Clifton's character felt good about Carter being there for her and Beth Spencer for many years to come. But that was when Liam assumed he was going to die from a brain tumor diagnosis that proved to be a hoax. The end of Hope's relationship was finalized in Forrester Creations' executive suite. With that, the audience received a signal. All roadblocks have been eliminated, with Hope and Liam's reconciliation feeling inevitable. Steffi Forrester Finnegan is in Europe, but viewers suspect that the multiple mentions of her name in recent weeks imply she'll be returning with the children soon. Wood has been out on maternity leave in recent months. Her beloved husband, John Finn Finnegan, has missed his family terribly while also dealing with the ultimate shocker. Luna Nozawa never died and is pregnant. Finn, Ridge Forrester, i.e. and Taylor Hayes want to protect Steffi, who's regained her mental balance after all that's happened earlier this year. But keeping this secret about Luna could backfire on them, Finn most especially. Liam is serious. He loves Hope, has been talking about reconstituting his family with her for months, and wants to make it happen. Steffi isn't an option because she's genuinely dedicated to Finn. However, it's no stretch to believe that Novlan's character could fall out of Steffi's good graces based on Luna's fantastical survival storyline. Yes, at the moment, Liam is totally focused on Hope. Their love story is restarting. But Steffi is in renewed danger and Liam can't stop wanting to protect her. That's the looming issue in this reunion storyline. Hope used Thomas Forrester during a period where she fell out of love with Liam. But that's a long time ago, and viewers just saw her tell her returned younger brother, Deke Sharp, that Thomas is not on her radar as a designer for the revived Hope for the Future line. So, Carter recognized that he's not at the forefront of Hope's heart. Thomas is not an option, and that leaves Liam. The bond Hope and Liam share through Beth provides a strong pull to pursue a revived family. They could move back into the cabin and have a fresh start. But Hope, more than Liam, would be risking her heart, and devoted viewers know what his relationship pattern has been through all these soapy years. So, Hope's gamble, assuming she takes it, is huge. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the Bold and the Beautiful. Check back regularly for B&B spoilers and news. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Taylor Hayes will encounter a new man in her life after being dumped for the umpteenth time by Ridge Forrester for Brooke Logan. After her latest humiliation, Taylor vows that she wants to focus on her work as a humanitarian while practicing psychiatry on the side. This is a good thing for Deacon, who needs some processing help after the latest betrayal by his wife, Sheila Sharp. Sheila kept hidden the fact that her felonious granddaughter, Luna Nozawa, is alive and pregnant. After hearing the gobsmacking news, Deacon left Il Giardino and ran to Taylor's office for a reality check. Luckily, the doctor was in. In fact, loathing Luna is something that Deacon and Taylor have in common. Luna tried to kill Taylor's daughter, Steffi Forrester. Thus, they agree that Luna needs to go back to jail. In the meantime, poor Deacon is doubting his sanity since he willingly married Sheila, who, like Luna, is a convicted murderer. At the same time, Taylor is confronting the ugly truth that her chakra healer doesn't want her anymore. This sounds like the perfect opportunity for Cupid to strike. Plenty of fans think it is time for Taylor to move on from Rumpled Ridge. Curiously, it appears that Deacon will leave Sheila at the same time. Sheila loves Deacon, but her heart could not deny her granddaughter. In the end, she chose Luna over Deacon, and that has got to sting. Not to mention her lying about the farce of Luna's survival. Deacon has his kids Hope Logan and Deke Sharp to console him, and we suspect they would like him to move on from the likes of Sheila. Would you like Taylor and Deacon to find everlasting happiness together? They have each had a disastrous year, and perhaps looking forward to a little love in the afternoon will do them good. What do you think about this pairing? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with the bold and the beautiful right now. Come back here often for the hottest B&B updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable and gain access to the best soap intel on the web.